Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to edit faster and different ways you guys can practice editing in Fortnite so you can improve a lot faster and a lot more efficiently in Fortnite. And before we get into the video, I have another V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you need to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and as well subscribe to my second channel. I will have a link for that in the description below, or check the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, make sure you guys have me supported as a creator on the item shop. All you need to do this is go to the item shop, hit X, type in Young Humor. That's all you have to do, and you will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to be talking about how you guys can edit faster in Fortnite and different ways to improve in editing and how to edit better. So I would definitely say my number one tip I can give you guys when it comes to editing faster in Fortnite or practicing editing is to definitely go into creative mode and practicing on those editing courses or warm-up courses, whatever they're called. And there's a ton of these. You can find a ton of codes on YouTube, because honestly, I probably would have made one myself, but they really do take a lot of time and I really don't feel like making one. So there's a ton of codes that I found on YouTube that are really good that I would recommend using. And honestly, you can find creative worlds for everything. There's like hide and seek, you can find editing courses, aiming courses, building. You can pretty much find anything you want in creative. You just gotta look it up on YouTube and you can find a bunch of codes. And so all you do to find a code is basically go over to the island or go over to where you would have the rift at. You press X on it and it's gonna pop up with this menu. And if you want to put in a code, you go to the very top and you put in a code. So the one I'm going to be using today, the edit course that I'm going to be using, is the one made by Martaz and Noiseth. It's a really good warm-up / editing course that I would recommend, and they also have pretty good YouTube channels as well, so definitely check out their YouTube channels if you haven't already. So once you hop into the rift and you have the code already in, you're going to be put into the editing course. So you're going to spawn right here. You're going to have different weapons to your right, to your left, and there's going to be a whole course. There's also a timer you're going to find here so you can, keep track on how fast you're able to do it. And when it comes to editing faster, I would always recommend trying to beat your time every single time. And that is a really good way to see if you improved or not, because after you do it quite a few times, you're going to see your time is going to get a lot better. You're going to be able to go through the editing course a lot faster and be able to complete the courses a lot easier. So when you first get into the island, you're not going to be able to build or be able to edit or mine anything at all. So in order to do that, you just have to start the game. Just hit the start menu and scroll down to start game. And once you do that, you're all set and you're good to go. So the guns that I use is just a blue pump, and I use the gold AK. And honestly, the AK is a gun that I use a ton in game. But for those of you guys who don't use that gun, maybe you guys use the M16 or a SCAR. There also is an M16 you can practice your aim with as well. But having good aim with the AK is really going to set you apart in this game, because the amount of damage the AK does is absolutely insane. So if you hit your shots with it, you're going to be melting through kids, and you're going to be doing a ton of damage left and right. So to start the edit course, there is a double 90 section where you do double 90s both ways. And as you guys can see, I messed up really bad on the part where I had to do the double 90s the opposite way. And that's also another good thing to find out in this game. So once you go into the editing course, you're going to notice that there's some edits or some builds that you're really going to struggle at. And once you do this editing course, you're definitely going to see what those are. And for me, doing double 90 is the other way. And there's also a few other edits that I also have trouble with as well. So when you're going through this course, you can really see what you need to improve on. And once you figure out what you need to improve on, it's a lot easier to improve at Fortnite. Because if you don't really know what you're doing wrong or things to improve at, you're really not going to get better very quickly. So after you get through those parts in the editing course, there comes to a part where you have to edit down. And this is something I work on a little bit. I mess it up a ton. So right there, I just messed it up. And this is also another thing I need to practice as well. This is a wall edit, and then right after the wall edit, you immediately go for a stair edit. And just from that angle, it's a little bit weird because the stair edit's kind of that angle where it's kind of weird to see. So that's just something why I need to improve at it, because going for the edit from that kind of angle is definitely a little bit weird. And then the next thing we have up is basically where you jump around the sides. I just did a video on this the other day, so if you haven't seen that video, definitely check that video out. It's a really good video and a full guide on how to do those perfect every single time. So the next thing that we have in this course is the aiming part. And this is the most, I would say, one of the most hardest things to do, because especially for your console players, for PC it's a little bit easier. And let me explain why. So on console you don't have aim assist, and when it comes to shooting these targets, there isn't any aim assist. So it's very difficult to hit. I'm not gonna lie, I was going through this a lot quicker than I usually do, because it is very difficult to line up shots on a controller. But to be honest, practicing on these is a lot better than practicing on a lot bigger targets, because when the targets are this small, you have to be very accurate if you want it to break. So definitely when I'm going through this course, I definitely have to focus a lot more hitting these shots, because I have to have it pretty much perfect in order for it to actually activate and break. But to be honest with you guys, I've seen a major improvement in my accuracy with this weapon after doing this a couple times. This is very hard to hit. There's probably like 25 or 30 targets that you have to hit. And honestly, it's very difficult for me to aim without aim assist. So once I go from this and I go into game with aim assist, it's just 10 times easier. I'm hitting every single shot left and right. And just so you guys know, when I was going through this editing course, I was going to try to go through it unfiltered and with unedited, because I could have edited this whole thing and make it look really good. So of course you guys are going to see me mess up a few times on a few different things, and I also think that's really good for you guys to see as well, because you guys see a lot of videos of people going for fancy edits or going for fancy plays or just ripping through editing courses really fast. And as well, there are really good players. A lot of the times they're just edited down or basically just giving you guys their best run, and here I would just give you guys my unedited version and just me going through the course normally, not cutting anything, and even if I mess up I still go through it. And here's also another thing that I need to get better at, and it's basically like a scrim lobby. If you're trying to move forward a little bit, you need to build around you and then build above you. And for me, I play on a little bit lower of a sensitivity, so it is a little bit more difficult for me to do it. Because a lot of players, if they play on a higher sensitivity, they can turn around really fast and do different things like that. But for me, being on a little bit lower sensitivity or a little bit lower building sensitivity, it can be hard. I can do it quickly, but a lot of times if I'm getting shot, sprayed, or maybe even just RPG'd from different angles, it's going to be very hard for me to cover myself, having to build to the left of me, having to build to the right of me. So being able to practice that and getting that down as quick as I possibly can is definitely going to prove very effective for in-game. And for me, I really don't play a lot of scrims. I like to play a lot of public matches, go for those high kill games, drop those 20 bombs. But even though I don't really use that too much in my games pretty much at all, it's still a good thing to have and a good way to practice my building and building a little bit quicker, because building those 1x1s in the scrim lobbies is very effective. And I've been playing the cup a little bit more, and basically it goes by points. The more points you get, the harder players you play. And playing like that in the end game is definitely a must-have and a really good skill to learn. So here's my time. I think it was 15:41, which to be honest is a pretty good time. It's not too bad. I did mess it up quite a few times. I could definitely do a lot better if I played a lot more. So this is something that I've only been playing a little bit, so I haven't played it too much, so I'm not the best at this editing course. But I'm going to be practicing it a ton, because I think it covers a lot of builds. And you have pyramid edits, and you have floor edits, and you have my stair edits, and you have accuracy. So I think this editing course is really good, because it covers a lot of different areas, especially different areas that you need to improve on. And after you go through this editing course, you're going to notice a lot of things. There's a lot of certain things that you're going to be very good at. Maybe that's double 90s, maybe it could be editing stairs, editing floors. You're going to notice there's some things you're really good at, and then there's some edits that are a little bit more difficult and a lot harder to do. And when it comes to those harder edits to do, you definitely want to practice those a lot more, because like my double 90s going to the other side was definitely really bad. And the reason why I don't do double 90s to the other way very often is because once you do it the other way, the camera angle gets really messed up. It's very zoomed in, so it's very hard to do. So getting good at that is really going to help me out in game, because there is some certain situations where I would need to use that and it would work better. And also, to restart the editing course, all you have to do is to end the game and then restart it. So you hit end game and then you hit start game again, and sometimes it spawns you outside now on the pads for some reason. So all you do is just come back to the bottom and then build up, and then you're going to be right back at the spawn point. And when you're going through this course, like I've said earlier in the beginning of this video, you always want to try to beat your time, because I think that is a really good indicator. Of course, you're going to mess it up a little bit more sometimes and sometimes a little bit less, but you always want to try to get the fastest possible time. And honestly, I can go through this editing course really smooth without messing up at all. But honestly, you really don't get better if you don't do it very fast. If you're not messing up, then you're not going fast enough. And that's really true when it comes to building, when it comes to editing. Because when it comes to in-game, I make sure I hit my shots, I make sure I edit right. But when it comes to practicing, I always want to try to practice as much as possible, get down my editing, so when it comes to the in-game situations, I'm going to be able to dominate the players that I go against. And also make sure to go through this aiming course as well, because a lot of you guys are looking to different ways to improve your aim, or just to aim better in Fortnite, or just get better at Fortnite. Definitely practice aiming in there, or trying to aim as accurate as possible. Try to line up your shots, because without an aim assist, trust me, it is very hard to hit all of your shots. So if you can hit your shots right there, I promise you, in game with aim assist, you're going to be hitting all those shots left and right. I've definitely seen improvements in my game, and I'm sure you guys will as well. And with that being said, that'll wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this video helped you guys in any sort of way. And if you guys could, drop a like in this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications to be notified for every single new video, and alright guys, I will see you next video.